Shalom, shalom. I'm your brother Kaya from GMS Camp out here in Phoenix, Arizona. You know, first and foremost, is I want to give us all praise, glory, and honor is to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rahakwadash. Of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that have taught us this truth and rule well. Also want to say shalom to the 144,000. Also want to say shalom to the speckled bird out there, even though you may look like the heathen, but are not the heathen. Also want to say shalom to the Aqua and to the Akim. You know, sitting back and, watching DT, Donald Trump and, Net and Not a Jew and all that going into, peace in the Middle East and whatnot. You all understand when they start talking about that peace in the Middle East, the scriptures tell you was that First Thessalonians, they'll say peace and safety and then sudden destruction. See, at the end of the day, this devil can't bring peace. Only Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai can bring peace. At the end of the day, this devil only can bring death and war. That's all he can do, and lie. At the end of the day, watching that, one of the brothers had put it up and watching that, and like the brother was saying too, the pride on these devils. The pride of how he was talking about, oh yeah, I made peace in the Middle East. I did this for 300 years and I did that and I did this, and everybody's clapping. Everybody's behind him. Thinking this devil really gonna bring peace. First and foremost, when you go into the scriptures, it tells you, what is it? That pride. Pride is what? If that great fall would come. And see, that great fall is definitely coming at the end of the day. Matter of fact, since I'm on my lunch break, I don't want to burn through my lunch break, but then I have to go real fast. So the first scripture I want to get into, right, since we're on the lunch break, is the book of, let's go to Proverbs is where we're going to go first. So hopefully my tablet works in here and everything, because sometimes it don't work out here. I know it's been a little while since I did a lunch break lesson, a video like this. So let's see, this is Proverbs chapter 16, right? And it goes into that pride, because see, right now, that's what we see. You seeing the pride just oozing off of them as if they got it. And see, at the end of the day, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai got them in a trick bag, got them really thinking that their enterprise is going to take off and go the way they want it to go, and it's not. Now, yes, we're going to come into World War III. That's going to happen. That is inevitable. Don't matter how much he talk about peace in the Middle East. Because at the end of the day, that's even a lie. They still going to go over there and be blowing up and trying to go over there, killing them people over there. What is that? I guess that's what, Ishmael and them over there? And whatnot, in the land that they don't both, neither one of them supposed to be in. But anyway, let's go on and get these scriptures, right? This is Proverbs chapter 16, and we're going to get verse 18. And this is what it says. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Pride, what? I'm like you. Pride goeth before destruction. And what do we see? The pride of these devils. Like it's like the brother said, it's oozing on them. Just pride. I made peace in the Middle East, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Oh, they don't want to be bombed no more. They don't want to be bombed no more. They're not making no missiles. They're not making no missiles, no nukes. Their nukes thing is done. And don't realize that, them other countries got all kind of nukes. This devil really think that he got it. Oh yeah, we bombed them and they don't want to be bombed anymore. They should be happy that I want to give them peace and security. Well, we about to see, right? Matter of fact, when it going into it too, understanding that this devil speaks nothing but lies. At the end of the day, Esau, Edom speaks nothing but lies. Esau, Edom, Amalek, all of them speak nothing but lies. Matter of fact, since I said that, let's go to Psalms, right? This is Psalms 58 and verse 3, right? So we're going to get it. Because, at the end of the day, they got many people believing like, oh yeah, we're going to have peace. There's going to be peace in the Middle East. It was even showing people over there dancing and whatnot and hugging their family members thinking this shit's over. And don't realize that at the end of the day, this devil coming in to be shooting more missiles and bombs on these people. Matter of fact, let me see. Bear with me. Hold on. Let me see. Remind me. This little thing app popped up. But we're going to get this scripture first, proving that, as soon as this devil be born, be speaking lies, right? This is Psalms 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's exactly what this devil does. He speaks lies. Hey, matter of fact, all you, MAGA? All you people here in Babylon that was behind DT, what happened? What happened? He turned even on y'all. He turned on his own people. Remember when he came in, he was the mouth to speak, right? Everything that he said, he's turned against. All those that chased behind Donald Trump, what happened here in Babylon, aka America? What happened? All the stuff that he promised you Americans and you Babylonians, what happened? He turned around and doing the opposite. Which is going to also bring in what? Civil unrest, civil war, race war. All these things are about to come down the pike. And at the end of the day, these devils knows what he's doing, right? So understanding that at the end of the day, this devil speaks nothing but lies, but he's smooth at it. He's smooth at it because he got people really believing what he say. Now the people look at him like, wait a minute, hold up. He did say this. He did say that. He was against digital currency and all of that. Now all of a sudden, he for talking about we got to be number one to get to it. Remember what's coming, that digital ID, from the digital ID, the RFID microchip. We know what's about to come down the pike. We coming into Jeremiah 30:7. We at the door coming into it. And things are to get worse and worse and worse, right? Matter of fact, going into that war, what was that? Oh, yep, since we're in Psalms, check this out. Because since he's saying peace in the Middle East, right? Let's see what he really saying. This is Psalms, right? 55. And we're going to get verse, bear with me. This is Psalms 55:21. And listen to what it says. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawing swords, yet were they getting ready for war. At the end of the day, telling the American people and telling everybody else, peace in the Middle East, we're good, everything's golden, everything's gonna be okay. You know, I came in and I did this and I did that, and all the stuff he said he'd do, all that pride and what he did. But at the end of the day, what is he really planning? This is the devil. He planning war. Hey man, this devil came with the sword. He ain't put that sword down. That man been killing ever since Alexander the Great and all the way down to now. But he got the people believing that what? He's gonna bring peace. He can't. It's not in Esau's nature to bring peace. He was that lump of dishonor. He was the lump that kills, steals, and destroys. That's his MO. That's what he do. And he doesn't change. You know, even though he's sitting here saying all the stuff that he's saying, he know what they about to do. Matter of fact, what was that scripture I was thinking? It was that scripture. Oh, yeah. Because he's talking about peace. This devil was made to take peace from the world. Matter of fact, and he's definitely doing that. Matter of fact, Revelation, what is that? This is Revelations, right? Chapter 6. Let me see. Bear with me, Israel. This is Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Who got the sword? Esau, Edom. The red horse, him, the killer. Why he sit here and tells you something else about peace, peace, peace. Remember what Psalm said, what his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Because at the end of the day, they want to go over there and take that land. Matter of fact, that's something they've always been doing. What is that? Micah? Let's go there too. The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 2. Let me see. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'll get there. About to go into Malachi. Bear with me, y'all. Get this tablet going. This is Micah, right? Chapter 2 and verse 2. Listen to this. Micah 2, verse 2. And they covered fields and take them by violence. And houses, what? They covered fields and take them by violence, by killing and slaughtering and lying, right? Same as what they doing right now. That's their MO. The same as the Romans did, the same as Christopher Columbus, how you say his name? Christopher Cologne. All that. Think about it. Every time they come, what did they do? They robbed, murdered, steal, and killed. Right? That's their MO. Same thing they did to the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans when they came in. What did they do? Rape, slaughter, kill, and destroy, and lie, and pillage. That's his MO. He's not going to change. It doesn't matter how much peace he said he's going to bring. He can't bring peace. He can only bring death. Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai is going to bring the peace and bring these devils down. Matter of fact, let's get this again. Micah chapter 2 and verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And that's exactly what they do. That is their MO. They still gonna go over there. Israel still gonna go over there and try to bomb that and take that land that still don't belong to them. At the end of that, scripture say, what, a bastard dwells in Ashdod. That's our land. Yeah, we got pushed out for disobedience, but at the end of the day, you see what they doing over there? All the wickedness that they doing? Yeah, Yahweh Shema Shai gonna get them for that. And once again, like I was saying, he keeps saying peace and safety, and we're gonna always bring the scripture out, because this is that time where they gonna keep saying peace and safety, right? And then sudden destruction comes. So we know what we're looking forward to. Everybody else gonna be in the trick bag, really believing what this man is saying, that he really gonna bring peace and safety. Nah, he ain't about to bring that. This is 1 Thessalonians, right? Chapter 5. And I know I'm moving kind of quick. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, what's going to happen? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, right? As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So what? At the end of the day, when they saying that and all hell break loose, boom, they're not going to be able to escape out of it. Not at all. Like I said, at the end of the day, man, war is going to come. The scriptures talk about war coming. The scriptures talk about these heathen nations coming against Esau, Edom. At the end of the day, there is no peace until Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai brings the peace. Right? And brings these devils down. Matter of fact, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Where I want to go. Hold on. Joel, right? We got to get that. Joel chapter 3. Going into that's going to be war, right? Joel chapter 3. And I believe it's 9 through 12. Listen to this. This is Joel chapter 3, right? And verse 9 through 12. And listen to this. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the heathens, right? Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. That's building them nukes. That's building them tanks. That's building all them weapons for that war, right? Verse 11, Joel 3 and 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about. There, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Going into what? Going into Yahweh Shaphat, over there, which y'all call so-called in the Middle East. Because guess what? World War III is going to crank out. Did you not hear about China, Russia, and all them talking about y'all keep bombing them, y'all keep committing genocide? We going to come over there? It's going to be some shit? You think that's swept under the rug? You think that's swept under the rug? While he's talking about peace and safety and tugging at the chest and everybody's clapping because he's bringing peace? Yeah, all right. Anyway, let's get another scripture, right? What is it? Talk about this place being bombed out and depleted. We got to get that. So having that understanding, when that war cranks up and World War III goes on, Babylon gone too. This place going to be gone too. This place going to get hit too. When they start shooting them nukes, that's it. Game over. You know, even though he talking about these other countries ain't got nukes. Oh, they don't have nukes. They don't want to fight against us. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. Was it Afghanistan? Who was that they was trying to bomb and them people had moved their missiles underground somewhere and all that stuff somewhere else? You trying to say that these people over here can't do that? Why you talking about peace? There is no peace. There will be no peace unless when Yahweh Bashim Shah bring the peace, and when he bring the peace, it's gonna be peace forever. He gonna snatch down all kingdoms. Going to Daniel 2:44. He about to bring the pain. He about to bring all of that. Bring all these kingdoms down. Ain't gonna be no pharaohs running the earth. It's gonna be Yahweh Bashim Shah's kingdom. It's gonna be the kingdom, baby. But at the end of the day, it proves that that this devil lying. He can't bring peace. He can only bring death. Matter of fact, what was I thinking? Oh, Revelation, right? Just a quick hit. Just a quick lesson. This is Revelations 13, right? Is that where I want to go? No. Revelations 18. You're going to be hearing this scripture a lot. This is Revelation 18 and verse, let me see, bear with me. Because this is what's going to happen here. This is Revelations 18 and 10. Standing afar off from the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So he's boasting. He's talking about peace and security, peace and safety and all that. And at the end of the day, Babylon, aka America, is going to be blown off the map. He's talking about he's stopping the wars. He ain't stopping nothing, because Russia, Korea, Afghanistan, all these other countries are still at Esau Edom's throat. They just ain't pushed the buttons yet. Yahweh Bashim Shah haven't had them push the button yet, but they gearing up for war. They gearing up for it. Don't matter how much he gonna say peace and safety, because he gonna say peace and safety, but guess what's gonna happen too? We gonna be on all that peace and safety. All hell gonna break loose. We're going to be coming to Jacob's trouble, all that stuff, the RFID microchip, all those things that are going to come down the pike. Then World War III. Yahweh Shah pulling up, man. So like I said earlier, that this devil can't bring peace. But I know one thing, he's a proud devil. Old Nero, proud as hell. Proud. I mean, all of them standing just clapping, just proud and just, oh yeah. Really soaking it in. Really believing it. Trick bag. Anyway, let's jump down to verse 17. Revelations 18 and 17, right? Listen to this, for Babylon, aka America, proving that World War III is definitely going to happen, and this place is going to be bombed out and depleted. This is Revelation 18. This hasn't happened yet. This is not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about here. This is Revelations 18 and 17. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as traded by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Right? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. But I thought he made peace in the Middle East. Now, ain't no such thing as Middle East. That's Western Asia. But at the end of the day, they're all gonna shoot nukes. That's why Revelations, what is that? Is that 6 and 9? Matter of fact, is we in Revelation. Because he gonna sit there and say what somebody don't have and what they ain't gonna do. Oh, okay. Shoot, Yahweh Bashim Shah put in the mind of them heathens to build them nukes, to build them weapons. What is that? Bear with me, I'm trying to get there, y'all. Boy, lunchtime be going by fast. Revelations 9. Is it 9 and 6? No, that's not it. Hold on, yo. Is it 6 and 9? Bear with me, Israel. Bear with me. I'm looking for it. Is it Revelation 6 and 9? Was that 200,000 missiles? Let me see. No, that's not it. I thought it was Revelation. I can't remember what. Hold on, let me see. Oh, my internet's not gonna work in here. Well, let me. You know what, y'all? Let me try. Just bear with me, because I want to find that scripture. And if I don't, I'll go into another scripture. But I thought it was Revelation 9 and 6. And then just bear with me. Salakia, y'all. It's all right. Let me see. Let me see. And I'm probably, it's gonna hit me in the mind later on when I'm thinking about it, like, oh, there it is. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if my internet works. Bear with me, Israel. Let me see. Hopefully it does. Let me look it up. I want to find it. Because at the end of the day, these are the things that's about to happen. It doesn't matter what this devil says. 200. Let me see if it'll work. Oh, it's Revelation 9 and 16. Salakia. I kept thinking 6. Revelation 9 and verse 16. Here it is. Here we go. Woo! Okay, in the NLT, check this out. This is Revelation 9 and 16 in NLT. I heard the size of their army, which was 200 million mounted troops. And them troops going to what too? Going to how those missiles are lined up in a troop. You know, when you look at the missiles or whatever, they're all in form. They're in a format. They're all like lined up, ready to go, right? Let me see. Revelation 9 and 16 in KJV, and it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. So going back into what? Them nukes. But remember, he's talking about peace. He's bringing peace. Well, it don't matter what he say. It matters what Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua say. Ain't gonna be no peace. It's gonna be missile flying, and we all know that he lying. Oh, I didn't mean to make that rap, but you know, make that rhyme. But anyway, matter of fact, what's the scripture I was thinking? Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Bear with me. Bear with me. Isaiah, what is it? 47. Just getting a few scriptures. Oh, come on now. Don't start acting janky now. Tablet want to start acting janky. Ooh, oh man, I like this one. Boy, this is Isaiah 47, right? And verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee. Hold on. Yep. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection. For the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. That's here, Babylon, aka America. This is Esau, Edom. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. The pride of these devils, right? Let's go further. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thy enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsel. Let now the astrologers and the stargazers and the monthly prognosticators, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, prognosticators, it's hard to say, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. See, at the end of the day, these devils gonna go to what? Them familiar spirits. That's, I'm not gonna go into all that other part, but that's what they go into. They go into them chants. They go into them doing things they ought not to be doing. I'm not gonna go into all that, but they go into them sorceries and all of that. And y'all about your like, yeah, you go there and see if that's gonna save you. That's not even gonna save you, because what's gonna come up on you is gonna be nothing but destruction, right? And it says, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to set before it. Hey, at the end of the day, Esau, Edom, done. Now, he can say what they want to say, do what they got to do. And we understand, yeah, Yahweh Shema Shah gonna let this devil get his enterprise somewhat off the ground and come knock that spoon right out of his mouth. Knock that fork right out of his mouth. Because as soon as he think he got it, that's going to be a wrap. Once again, at the end of the day, even though this devil talking about peace and safety, peace to the Middle East and all this other stuff, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. They're gearing up for war. It is what it is. It's inevitable. Going right back to Psalms, the 55th chapter, when it talks about his mouth is smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, this devil was made for what? Killing. He was given the sword. He wasn't given peace or anything, that he was given to sword, and he's going to use it. Because at the end of the day, going right back into Micah 2, Micah 2:2. These devils really think they're going to go and just start snatching everybody's land, because that's what they've been doing ever since they've been in power. They go here and take this land. They go there and they take their land. They go over here and take their land, going right back to Micah 2:2. But at the end of the day, hey, them devils are proud. And them devils are going to fall in that trick back, going right back to, what is that, Proverbs 16 and 18. The pride, man. That great fall is coming. That great fall is going to come. Now, this wasn't meant to be very long. Hopefully y'all was edified. Hopefully y'all, it was a video too that the brothers had put up. I think it's on, you can probably find it on, YouTube and whatnot. And it's basically DT, Donald Trump, going into, he brought peace to the Middle East, and everybody is clapping, and whatever that dude, not a Jew, whatever, Netanyahu or whatever, he's up there clapping and going on. You just look at him. Just look at him. You can just, man, you can see the pride on them, and you know they lying at the end of the day. But you know what? We gonna watch this play out. It is what it is. But anyway, hope you was edified. Salaki if I was real fast and everything. The lunch break go real quick. It's like, man, got in the car. It's already 4:35. They're gonna start tripping in there in a minute if I ain't back up in there. But anyway, I hope y'all was edified. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor. It's to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.